Hey guys, and welcome to today's build. Today I built, or not today, but this past weekend, I built a yurt. You may be wondering what that is. I am not exactly completely sure. I got inspired. There's this YouTuber I watched a really long time ago who lived out in New Zealand in a yurt with her family, and I came across a picture of some on Pinterest, and I really wanted to recreate one, so I don't know how like realistic this is to the building style, but I tried my best and I think the outside looks pretty cool, and I just kind of did whatever with the inside. So that is what we are doing today. So yeah, I think it's really cute. It's really nice for just one sim. It's small and it's a kind of weird space, so it's got one really small bathroom, one really small bedroom, and then just a kitchen and living area. And you'll see actually when we get to the kitchen, when I was doing the screen, or no, when I was play testing it, I saw that I forgot a sink in the kitchen. So you'll see at the end there's some screenshots, and there's not actually a sink in the screenshots, as well as I changed one other thing. I can't remember, but I did play test it, so the screenshots may not be correct, but I will be uploading this to the gallery, and I'll let you guys know when I do that. And when it's on the gallery, it is all correct and it is completely playable. But yeah, what's new with you guys? Had a pretty productive week with school, and I am just as busy this week, and I'm actually going home this weekend, so I have to make sure I'm ahead of my schoolwork so I don't have to worry about it while I'm home. Coming up to midterms, so that's a little stressful, but I am doing all right. But yeah, so since last week, the Strangerville trailer has dropped, and I've seen lots of gameplay on some YouTubers' channels. I've been watching Deligracy's Let's Play, as well as the Sim Supplies videos and Little Simsy. It looks really fun, and I think I would enjoy the gameplay quite a bit, but I have thought about it, and I don't think I will be making that purchase. I think just how my playstyle is, and typically most of the time when I open up The Sims, I am building anyways. I don't do a whole lot of gameplay, to be honest. And for that reason, I've kind of looked at the build and buy aspect of the pack, and yes, I think it'd be so cool to have a laptop, but I am deciding to opt out, at least for right now. Like, I don't really have $20 to shell out just because I want a laptop in The Sims. But maybe eventually I'll get it. Just don't expect to see that anytime soon on my channel. And even with the build buy, there's really not much I would use in my builds anyways. But yeah, let me know if you guys are planning to get it. I think it releases the 26th, which would be tomorrow. So yeah, definitely comment down below if you plan on getting the pack, or if you're watching this a little bit in the future, how you feel about the pack. Because like I said, as of right now, I am not planning on getting it, but I may change my mind in the future. So I believe the whole exterior is done. I think I go back at the end and add a little bit more landscaping, but it took me a while to figure out the wallpaper and the floors. And then here I am just moving on to the kitchen. I wonder if you guys will notice the tiny mistake I make, which I'll have to go back and change. I'm not going to say anything. Nothing to do exactly with what's in the kitchen, although I do forget the sink, like I said, but you'll see when I go into the bedroom that I maybe wasn't thinking about something when I was doing the kitchen. But it took me a while. I've never actually used these countertops in a kitchen. I always use them like in laundry rooms, or like, I don't know, I've used them in builds before, but just never as my kitchen countertop. So that was different, and I considered using that new round table from the Chinese New Year update, but I ended up going against it, and end up going with this round table instead. And this is the first build I've done where I opened up I used the show hidden objects cheat. I didn't use too much, but I wanted to make this build look pretty cluttered since it's small, and I just thought that'd be cute. So I added a few. I think I like put some mail on the table, and then I put some postcards up. Just because I was kind of thinking that the sim that lives here maybe travels a lot. Maybe she has a postcard collection. I know I have a postcard collection, which is kind of small, but I'm pretty proud of it nonetheless. But right here, actually, I noticed I didn't put a door to get into the bedroom, so I just deleted one of the counters, which would probably end up being the counter I put a sink on, but I deleted it, so the sink actually ends up just as a standalone kind of next to the table. So, which is actually, I think, a nice touch since the bathroom doesn't end up having space for a sink. So there's just one kind of utility sink just in the living space for your sim to use. The bedroom took me a very long time. I could not figure out, because I really wanted a full bed in there. I don't really like using the like twin beds, or I don't know. I feel like those are just for kids, and if it's going to be an adult sim, they should have a full bed. So I tried actually placing 2 twin beds together, because somebody somewhere told me that actually was a bit smaller and it might fit better, but I ended up going at the end, closer to the end of my build, and just putting in a full size bed, because it actually took up the same amount of space. And like I said, I play tested this build and the sim can use the bed. So yeah, I think I used because those are 2 twin beds put together, I use a similar bed but just as a full bed, so it looks pretty much the same. And then this build has laundry enabled. I do put a laundry bin because outside you'll see when I move out there that there is a clothesline, and then a wash bucket. I thought that this sim would maybe be living a little bit more eco-friendly. This kind of could be like an off-grid kind of home, so there's lots of room for gardening, and then there's the wash bucket and then the clothing line. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm considering playing in this house with a new family. Maybe not, or not new family, but a new household, just one sim. But I can't really come up with a fun storyline, so I don't know. But I do actually really enjoy this build. And here I am just putting those postcards up that I was talking about earlier. And then just adding a bit more to the kitchen. Surprise, I still didn't notice that I didn't put a sink in there, but oh well. I mean, there's a sink in there now, so if you guys do want to download it, there is a fun little sink. This is also something I've never done before, which I actually really like, because I overall love the stuff in Laundry Day. That is definitely the best stuff pack if you are considering buying one. But I decided to put those 2 side tables together, and then that's actually a TV that's on the wall. It's just moved to be centered, so it looks like it's on top of the table, which I thought looked quite nice. But yeah, so this build is just about done, or the inside is. I wish that there was more clutter items in the game that made more sense, because I find that most builds I end up doing the same kind of thing, which isn't bad, I don't think. I would just love to be able to do a bit more variety, which I think if I keep using the debug menu or whatever it's called, I'll find some more ideas and more things to use. The sink actually goes right here where I'm trying to put in a fireplace, if you guys are curious. I was trying to fill that space, so it kind of worked out perfectly, because I didn't end up putting anything there, and then it worked where there is space to put a sink. I used the sink from Laundry Day, actually, and I think it's like a bright blue color, so that's kind of cool. I like that a lot. And then here I am just going back and switching that bed out. Not to that one. I changed it one more time to this bed, which I don't think I've ever used, so that was also new. And then I think I am just finishing up here with some curtains, and then we'll move outside where I do a bit more landscaping. I add clothing line and wash bucket, some gardening, some bee boxes, So this definitely, I think, would be a really cool house to play with, just with one sim, eco-friendly, living kind of off-grid. It also has, I didn't, I didn't put a litter box, but I put a food bowl and a cat scratch post. So there can be a cat if you can find a place for a litter box. Maybe it can go on the wraparound porch somewhere or outside, but there is stuff so you can have pets. And then I've never actually used those trash cans right there, but I was kind of thinking that that looked maybe like a compost, which I thought again that this sim would be really eco-friendly and into composting. And I figure if you're living off-grid, like in a yurt, you'd probably have to do some sort of composting or reduction of like your waste, because there probably wouldn't be trash pickup in this area. But here I am just finishing up with the landscaping. And then that is really just the rest of the video. So if you guys enjoyed this build, go ahead and check out my other ones. Like and subscribe. I upload a new video every Monday, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.